Sam Logue here for irishboxing.com. Absolutely delighted to be joined by Robbie Burke here in Crumlin Boxing Club today. Just saw a bit of a session there, Robbie. First of all, how are you? Just post-Christmas, haven't seen you for a while. Just talk to me. How you doing? How's your Christmas?
Yeah, Sam, I'm great, yeah. Keeping ticking over, just keep trying. All over the Christmas while at the being open, so just trying away, getting ready, you know. Yeah, that's all.
Lovely stuff. Yeah, it's great. Not easy for everyone to kind of stay busy throughout the Christmas. You know, the temptations of the food and drink is always there, but you seem to be still in great nick. Obviously, just trying to prepare for what we hear in the grapevine is a rematch between yourself and Jamie Morrissey. Is that what we're looking forward to in the new year?
Yeah, we're at the being asked, so both of us are agreeing to the fight, so hopefully it can happen soon. That's what we're preparing for, anyways.
Brilliant. So I want to go backwards a little bit and just talk about the first fight between you two. You took it on really short notice, like 2 or 3 days, was it?
Yeah, 2 days notice.
2 days notice. Unfortunately, you came out on the wrong end of that one. You lost that fight, but it was a barn burner of a fight. Just talk to me about the experience of having that fight, taking it on short notice, and kind of having a competitive fight so early on in your career, you know what I mean, like a 50-50. What are your thoughts thinking back on it now?
Yeah, but it's not something that you expect to happen with 2 days notice, but it was a great learning experience, and look, if I'm had to learn a lot about myself about it, so it's just about rebuilding and getting after it again. The goals are still the same. You know? Brilliant.
And what about that aspect of Irish fighters on our local scene kind of getting in with each other nice and early and not being afraid to take that risk? You know what I mean? Is that something that you had thought a lot about before the fight? Had you was there reluctancy to take the fight, or are you kind of all in for that fight before you took it?
Well, Sam, 2 years ago I was nearly giving her up, so when I gave her another go, they're the fights I wanted. Yeah. The win or the lose, win or learn, they're the fights I want to be in. You know that way. So that's what we're here for. It's not to be building up. Obviously, we love a little nice record, but we want to be in exciting fights and having people going and actually looking forward to seeing good fights. So that's what I want to be in from now on.
100%. I mean, that's we love to hear that, and that kind of leads me on to asking, you know, is that what you want? Is that you want a scene where, now you've got yourself, Morrissey, Jamie Morrissey, that is, Kevin Crumlin, all around the same way, who can kind of all fight each other and build exciting fight nights around those fights.
Good lad as well. There's another lad over in Pete Taylor's, John Coffey's. Haven't heard mention much about him, but he's very good, very strong, and he's talented. And been watching his fights, he's improving every fight he goes along. So he's light heavy. Crumlin's light heavy as well. There's a mix. I could go to light heavy. So could Jamie. I'm sure they could go to super middle as well. So there's a bundle there between us all. You know that way. It's a good stable over there. There's plenty of good coaches as well that's training us all. So why not? We could all be in a mix at some stage.
100%. There's another one. There's John Carpenter, John Coffey. He has a couple of names. But yeah, I didn't even think of that one. That's my fault. There you go. So there's 4 good names who can all fight each other on that Irish scene. Is that something, as I say, is that what you want to push forward towards now? That all you guys just kind of throw caution to the wind a little bit and fight each other, and maybe records are not as important, because if all 4 of you fight each other, it's probably unlikely that one person wins all of them fights, you know what I mean, because they're close fights. Is that what you want, to build exciting fight cards and get crowds out from Dublin and all around the country to watch you guys fight each other, rather than building, padding those records, as we said?
Well, to be honest, I think that's what'll fill places up, with them type of fights. Yeah. I'm sure there'd be we can all bring a bit of a crowd if we're all fighting each other, you know what I mean? So why not have them? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? That's what what here to do. We're here to box. To be the winner, you have to beat the best. So that's exactly what we should be all doing, to be honest.
100%. And then the thing is, I suppose, the guys who come out of that, if one happens to win most of them fights, or the one who comes out the best of all those guys, maybe gets the chance to progress on to the bigger promotions, or you know what I mean. So there are all those opportunities, but if you don't fight each other, then maybe you never get those opportunities.
The experience you get alone, like the experience I've got from just fighting Jamie alone, the learning I've done from that fight, like I wouldn't get that with 6 journeymen, to be honest. So it's going to stand to me in my next fight big time.
And can you kind of elaborate slightly on that as to what specifically do you take from a competitive fight like that?
Look, I didn't. It was like fair play to Jamie, he's a gent, but it was a great fight. People said it was a great fight. It was back and forward. I wasn't happy with my performance, to be honest, but it was like supposedly an exciting fight. It's up there as one of the fights of the year, so like it must have been back and forth. It must have been a decent, but I wasn't happy with my performance, to be honest. So like I have a lot of things to correct in issue for the rematch and that. So I'm not being told could be fighting now for the BOI Celtic title. I'm not sure now exactly when, but that's what we're hoping for anyways.
Is that fight agreed in principle? There's just no date attached to it yet?
Yeah, both sides are after agreeing to it, so it's just a waiting game at the moment.
Brilliant. Prepare a little bit more specifically for Jamie, or Jamie, I think that might have been Jamie's debut as well, so there wouldn't be a lot of footage on him. So what advantages can you gain from basically having a bit more time to prepare for that fight?
No, Jamie had a fight before that. Yeah, but look, I was sparring. I'm not going to make any excuses about the fight, like, do you know what I mean? But when you're sparring, we were preparing for a 5'10" fella coming forward, and it was a complete different fight. So look, with a few weeks notice to prepare, definitely would have been like probably a different type of fight, like, but it is what it is, you know the way. It's a learning game for me, so we're back on it and just gonna correct what we did wrong,
Excellent. And that's the kind of mindset you have to have, isn't it? Like, what's interesting about that fight is it seems to have inspired to some degree a change in mindset in other Irish fighters, with regards to fighting each other. Before it was like everyone wanted to kind of build their records and fight journeymen, but nobody really wants to see that, and it's not necessarily as exciting for you, the fighter, either. But you guys fighting seems to have really sparked something in the Irish scene, that guys are willing to jump in with each other now in all the different weight classes. That must be nice to think that you guys are kind of responsible for that.
Well, I think COVID has a big role to play with getting the fights with journeymen and everything else. But yeah, look, they're the fights we want. That's the fight I wanted. That's the fight Jamie wanted. So like, I think other boxers should be wanting the same. Like, especially if I want to be champion of the world. I want to win this Celtic belt. That's what I'm here for. I won't win it fighting journeymen. They won't be there. Like, they're not from Ireland. Do you know what I mean? So I want to be in front of the person that's gonna be like, it's either me or him, and I want to be the winner. Like, that way.
Definitely. And it's, as I say, can only kind of echo that sentiment. Like, it's great to hear that. Like, that's what we want to see. Going forward this year, and I'll leave you on this one, Rob, what are you kind of looking for? Obviously, you want the Morrissey rematch, but then how busy do you want to be, and what has Boxing Ireland and your management in Stephen Sharp and Len Gunning, what have they kind of been telling you about, possibilities and opportunities for this year going forward?
Look, I just gonna take it fight by fight. Like, I want to get this fight. I want to get the rematch, but I'll take whatever fight comes, to be honest. If it's away, if whatever comes, I'll leave it in their hands and see what they can bring to me. I'm going to be ready. Give me 3 weeks and I'll be ready, So, look, I'm just preparing for a busy year. Please God, it is. The few restrictions after being took away now, so hopefully we can start getting a few fights in Dublin as well.
Hopefully, and sell a few tickets and bring a big Dublin crowd in. What? That'd be amazing.
That's it. No, it'd be great. It would be great to fight in Dublin again, especially the stadium. Yeah.
That'd be class. Last one, I'll leave you on this one. Just a quick word on Michael Conlon versus Lee Wood. Obviously, we had the press conference last week. What do you make of that fight? And what do you think is going to happen in that one? I presume you're going for Michael on that one.
Yeah, Michael's class. He's class act, yes. And I think it's going to bring out the best in Michael. It's going to be a great crowd over there. There's a few great names on the undercard as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually try to get over to Gary Cully, and that's on it as well. It's going to be an exciting card. Yeah. It's a lot of top prospects coming up, so be good to watch.
What do you think about the Gary Cully Miguel Vasquez fight? It's a big step up in class for Gary, and on a big stage. Do you still pick him to do the business?
It's a big step up, but Gary's well capable. He's a world class operator, he is, so be looking forward to seeing him do the business.
Brilliant. Robbie Burke, thanks very much for talking to irishboxing.com.
Thank you.